How's it going? Welcome back to AMZ's Corner. So we got I got the Flowmaster Super Scoot here. This is the bike I built a few years ago. I just want to take it into the shop, take a look at it, clean out the carburetor, make it run. I didn't winterize this bike. I just kind of threw it in the basement here at my apartment. I just kind of put it away dirty. I had that little event where I bashed the drain bolt off the bottom going off road, because usually when I do those, when I go out from the woods into those areas, you know, the looking for car parts and history videos, I go out there on this. I take this bike out there. So yeah, I just wanna bring it to the shop, clean it up a little bit, do a little maintenance to it, maybe get it, definitely get it running, do a couple of wheelies and get the tires smoking a little bit. But first off, I got to load it inside of my 9000, which has still got a ton of the old interior panels to the sonnet, which I'm probably never going to put in that car. But I got to do something with those today too. But that's nothing. That's nothing. So I'm going to set you guys up over here, and let's watch me throw this Super Scoot in this car. Now, when I built this bike, I built it with the intent, purpose, it's shaped the way it is to fit in this car. So, let me, I might jump cut you through if I have to position better, but hopefully that works, and here we go. And there you go. That's I had the tailpipe loose because this ludicrously long tailpipe won't fit in there, so I leave that loose. So there it is. Super Scoot, just perfectly designed to fit in a Saab 9000. Yeah, I gotta use a prop rod now. I gotta use a metal rod to hold the back up. That's new. That's new. So anyways, I still gotta put that inner fender liner, the tranny side, the left side. I'll probably do that on the 9000 today. We'll get this thing up on the lift too. So yeah, alright guys, I'm here at the shop. I haven't turned any lights on or anything yet because I just pulled in. Something's here I kind of want to show you. There's actually a couple things going on. Kind of want to show you guys. We got some pretty cool projects coming up this week that pretty sure have my name all over them. First thing, it's gonna be right over here. We got a Jaguar. I believe it's. I got a transmission for a Jaguar. Jaguar, whatever. A 1998 XJ8 that has a blown transmission, and there it is. So I know we got a Jaguar. We're putting a tranny in real soon, real soon. But another thing we got out here, which if you guys, a lot of my old-time fans are going to remember the crashed Honda Civic that was all smashed up, all bashed in. There was a Chevy Spark That was a pretty good one that I put together. But what I got right here is I got one of those Braun, what is it, companion van, Braun vans. It's basically a Dodge Caravan, but this one's been through the cabbage. I like that plate, huh? Handicapped end, I'm okay. I like that, but oh yeah, I'm gonna be putting that together. We'll probably get that in tomorrow, and we'll have to get a good assessment on it. Wonder if it even drives. Wonder if it'll even move itself. But for frig's sakes, what's up with the parking, huh? What's up with the parking? So yeah, that's gonna be a project for probably tomorrow. Looks pretty bad, huh? It looks pretty bad, but we'll keep that one out of the cabbage. We'll keep that one out of the cabbage. So yeah, we got that tranny, we got that crash victim, and for today, it's gonna be a little bit of Saab 9000, a little bit of Super Scoot, and yeah. So you guys saw how that Super Scoot went in. Pretty much just the reverse. Pull it on out, and I'll get that out. We'll get the 9000 on the lift, and see if we can get something accomplished today. So I got the Super Scoot out, and I got the car up on the lift. Really just wanted to make one thing happen with this car. My windshield washer sprayer stopped working a couple weeks ago, so I figured this would be a good time to show you guys little fix I did. These washer bottles on these 9000s are notorious for breaking. The way they mounted them was just not very smart, and they just crack around the mounts. And they can be hard to find, and they can be expensive if you can find one that's even not cracked. But what I did, if you guys can see it, is I used like a little 2-gallon gas can. I drilled, the holes for the pumps. One's for the rear washer, one's for the front, and then the gas can, I just stuck it up there with a bungee cord, and then the fill, or what you would pour the gas out of, fits up to where the original fill location was. You just fill it with a funnel, and I did that like 5-6 years ago, and until now it's never had a problem. The thing just hung there and works great. Plus it holds 2.5 gallons. That's like more than a winter's worth of fluid. So, but no, I got something done, at least something productive done on the 9000. What I had to do was the one for the sprayer for the main washers wore out, just didn't work anymore. It was still getting power, so all I did is just plug the rear sprayer, just swap the two, because I don't use the rear sprayer in this anyways. The hose is split somewhere, and it just makes a mess. So I just swap the pipes and swap the wires. So I got the washer squared away in this car. One last thing I want to check is just how bad these motor mounts are. I don't have anybody here that can put the car in gear and push the gas and torque the motor up. So I'm going to have you guys take a look for me and see how much this motor jumps. Kind of aggravated. I'm kind of aggravated because, what was it, a month and a half, 2 months ago, I had the tranny out of this car. We put all new motor mounts, and then wasn't even 20 miles later, this motor shredded those. I don't know why. But yeah, it's pretty rough. So I'm going to set you guys up here, and let me know just how much. Little light on it. Let me know just how much this thing jumps. I think it's gonna be a lot. I think it might actually be hitting the hood a little bit, so. I can't see it from in there. I can't see it from inside the car what's going on, but it feels horrible. And these mounts, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you really can't see the tranny mount, but this one here, Look at that. It's not. There's nothing even left in there anymore. So so I got to track down some mounts. I don't know if I can afford that other Saab 9000 that we saw in the other video. The one before this one, we were driving the Sonnet and we came across that $500 9000. I can't really afford that car right now because of, well, you're watching me through the reason. This new camera and all the little stuff, you know, the card and the pods and everything you got to go with this camera was pretty close to what that car cost. So unfortunately at the moment I just haven't got the money to buy that car, and it stinks because, you know, there's motor mounts, you know, there's $100 in motor mounts. This tranny that I just put in fourth gear is gone. You know, I put a bad tranny in. Can't really say it's anybody's fault because it came out of a junk car that I didn't know the history of, but apparently, you know, way she goes, way she goes. So yeah, I can't swing that $500 chunk at the moment, you know, between over $100 a week tool bills, plus I got that apartment. I live there pretty much a single guy with a 2-bedroom apartment on the river. I don't need to tell you guys how much an apartment like that costs, but yeah, way she goes. I don't think I can swing that car at the moment. If I knew it was coming, I probably would have had you guys watching me through my old equipment, but whatever, whatevs. We'll keep this one out of the cabbage, one way or another. You know, it's just too bad. I mean, I gotta buy a transmission. There's $400. Motor mounts $100 plus all the other nice stuff off of that car. But I want to give a quick shout out to one of you fans out there. You know who you are. You hooked me up with this Euro Parts gift card for $100. That's huge. I mean, the trouble is I don't know how exactly to go about using this, and what I mean by that is, being in a big shop like this, I get the suppliers that Euro Parts gets. I get the same stuff they get from the person they get it from, and as such, it's that $100 retail, you know, is $100. But if that was wholesale and I could use that for wholesale, I could probably get, you know, $400 worth of parts for that $100 gift card. But I don't think you can do that. So I really appreciate that gift card. I mean, I really do. I mean, I really appreciate it. But if you want to speak up, if the person who gave me this, if you want this back, I'll give you the number off of it, because I think it'd go a lot further in your car than it will in mine, just because of wholesale and retail. And again, I appreciate that. That's huge, you know. And yeah. So anyways, I gotta get we gotta get that. So anyways, we got the Super Scoot here. This is the bike that I built out of a bunch of junk I had lying around back in 2010, the winter of 2010, 2011. We had a really snowy winter, pretty much record snowpack up here, and there was nothing to do but just sit inside your shop and tinker. And I actually had built like 5 bikes that winter. If I can find them, I'll insert some pictures of those bikes. They're Motobi canes. I'll do it now here. Well, hopefully that worked. And those are some pretty cool bikes, huh? The 40T, the Mobi hardtail. I built one of those that was really nice, and then I built this bike with just everything I had lying around. It's well, what is it? Let me start. Where should we start? Start at the headlight. The headlight's out of a Motobi cane. Those are BMX handlebars that I cut and just kind of welded where I wanted. You know, usually there would have been a U underneath. The front forks are off a 150cc donor scoot, which also donated the motor. The gas tank is a Pook Magnum. The seat is off a Motobi cane. The taillight's Motobi cane, and the rest is just 150cc scoot and just whatever I had lying around. Probably the last thing I did to this bike was the 40 series Flowmaster on it, and believe it or not, that sounds really good. I thought it was going to be tinny or you know, sound like crap, but it actually sounds really good. Well, we'll get it running in a minute. I don't think I'm going to do any real work to it though today. I think I'm just gonna put some air in the tires and maybe hook the jump box to it. It's electric start, but I use kind of a sealed lead acid battery, and they don't hold up very well. So I just kick start it all the time, and I use the electric start with a jump box just to start it if it hasn't run in a while, so I'm not kicking my leg out and wearing out the kickstart stuff. So yeah, let me find a way to set you guys up, and we'll get a cold start on the Super Scoot. We'll see if she'll kick over, or we'll see if we got to bring out the box. So all right, figure I'd just go ahead and hook the jump box right to it. I don't feel like kicking it, so let me fill this tire up. And let's see if it fires up, guys. Hopefully it should fire right up. Let me let it go. There it is, boys. Super Scoot. I don't think that sounds bad. I think that Flowmaster has a nice sound on this bike. Bear with me here. This bike is so short and so tail heavy that it's just a stunt machine. You just lift this front end up at like any speed. And as far as speed goes, this thing's no slouch. It'll do about 60, 65. Yeah, it'll do about 65 or so. And get there, it'll get to 65 in about 7 or 8 seconds. It'll get to 50 in about, 6 seconds to 60, 6 seconds to 50, which is pretty crazy for a little scooter. not much gas in it. Not much gas in it. So so now what I got to do is I really don't want to keep this bike in my basement at my apartment. I want to be able to go and start it up where I have it sitting, and I really don't want to run a motor in the basement of that old house. So on Friday, the last thing I did before I left is I cleaned up and organized the mezzanine up there. So I think I'm going to stash that bike up there, but I got to get it up there myself. So so I think we're going to break out Forky. I think we'll break out Forky over here. Seems like a lot of YouTubers have fork trucks, and this being the shops, and here it is. I have no exception, I guess. So so let's get Forky started up. This thing runs on propane. I have a neat propane fork truck. I want to say this is like a 79 or 78 or 79. I don't know. I'm not a big fork truck expert, but I did get this thing running. Turn the fuel on. Go around the other side to get into Forky. Forky. I don't know if there's enough light, but Toyota. One thing about this thing, it has kind of a tricky clutch. The clutch is up and down, not like forward like you'd like in a car, like a normal car. It kind of takes a little getting used to. This ought to be a cool shot. Woo! Just kidding, just kidding. So we'll bring Forky right to the edge here. Make sure I'm where I want to be. That tricky clutch. Sorry, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the forks right to as close as I can get them. That's probably pretty good. Well, alright guys, give me a second to set up something so we can see if I manage to drop this bike on the ground. Alright, let's see if this works, or I drop this thing onto the floor and ruin it. A little precarious. I think Forky can handle it. Well, that wasn't too bad. At least it's up here. Let's see if I can drag this thing over by myself. Let me just stick you guys over here. Alright. This is the fun part. And there it is. And looks like this will be where this is going to sit for a little while. Let's just leave this right up here till spring, or till the roads dry up and clear up. And we'll get some hijinks on this bike in the spring. I got some big plans for the old searching for car parts in history, and I think I'm going to use this bike to do the searching. So anyways, guys, look at this view of the shop, huh? What a view, huh? Well, anyways, I got the windshield washer sprayers working on the 9000. That's about as much as I'm going to do to that. I got the Super Scoot running. I think instead of winterizing it and draining it, I'm just going to come up here once every week or so and just start it up right up here. You know, same with that four-wheeler. That thing needs to run too. That's the boss's four-wheeler. So anyways, I gotta package all this stuff away. I gotta get the car out of here. Stay tuned. Looks like we're gonna have that Jaguar should be showing up any time now. And we got that van bent through the cabbage. We gotta get that thing together tomorrow. I'm sure they're gonna need that. They're pretty hot for their vans. You know, when one of those CARES vans, when one of those people mover vans that the elderly rely on, when those vans go down, there are a lot of people, a lot of families that rely on those guys to be on the road, and those vans be doing what they do, because a lot of those have like handicap accessible and ramps and locks for the chairs so that the handicap can be transported. If you don't have a special car, I mean, that's, you know, if one of those cars goes down, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's a human being that no longer can leave their house. You know, can't leave their yard because they can't get into a normal vehicle. So that's something I know we're going to be pretty hot on getting that done. But anyways, guys, I'm yabbering on. So until next time, keep it out of the cabbage.